My name is Lisa Thornton, and I am applying for the CAE Women in Flight Scholarship. I fell in love with the aviation industry when I was just a little girl. My grandpa was a pilot, and he used to take me up in his planes when I was just barely big enough to fit on the seat. He was a crop dusting pilot, and I knew that I wanted to be up in the sky. So when I graduated from college, I did what I thought was accessible to me as a female, and I became an international flight attendant for American Airlines. And I did that for about 3.5 years, based out of Phoenix, Arizona. And through my experience as an international flight attendant, I fell in love with the sky and with the aviation industry, and American Airlines specifically. I learned that I loved being up in the air, thousands of feet above the ground. It was all I could do to keep myself out of the cockpit. I was always going up in there asking the pilots questions about how the plane worked, where we were going. I would do walk-arounds with the pilots, and I knew that I wanted more than to be a flight attendant. I knew that I wanted to be the one sitting in the cockpit flying the plane. And through my connections and through my friends that were pilots, I learned not only is it possible for a woman to be in aviation, but it's possible for a woman to be a pilot. And then I started to learn about the cadet program and women in flight scholarships, and I knew that this was not only something I could dream about, but something that I could do. There was one specific moment when I got asked to come up into the cockpit, and I was flying over the Grand Canyon, and it was sunset, and I remember looking out over the Grand Canyon and seeing the world lit up in different shades of pink and purple and orange, and I had this happiness and this contentness wash over me, and I realized that I wanted to feel that feeling every day for the rest of my life. I am a very active person, so whether it is driving a short while to go on a 2-hour hike in the Superstition Mountains or flying halfway around the world to go chasing waterfalls, I love to be outside. I'm very adventurous and passionate about my travels. I'm an outgoing person. I love meeting new people and discovering new cultures. I'm also a very competitive person, so I'm a part of multiple sporting events. I play beach volleyball, I competitively swim, but I also love to write. So I do have a blog. I blog towards young high school age and college age women, and it is based off of my travels and my adventures, but I like to encourage fellow females to be their strongest, most confident selves and to share their passions and their goals with one another. When I found out that only 5% of pilots are women, I wasn't surprised. And I think it's sad that I wasn't surprised. I think up until now, women haven't pursued a lot of professions, a lot of opportunities, a lot of dreams, because they haven't felt that they have the opportunities at their fingertips, or because there's been a certain stigma attached to those positions. Sometimes we hear of certain jobs and we hear that they're typically male-dominant roles, and we don't even consider ourselves for that position. I think when I hear 5%, I'm hopeful, because I know that 5% won't last long. If I were to take on the role of being an ambassador for this program, it would mean encouraging fellow women to be their strongest version of themselves. It would mean reaching out every day to fellow women, fellow future pilots, and showing them that this is something that is obtainable, opening up their eyes to all of the different opportunities that are out there for them, and being a positive influence for their future goals. I think being an ambassador is someone that needs to be motivated, needs to be organized, needs to be outgoing, friendly. I think if I were to be an ambassador, it would give me another platform to share my motivation and my love for encouraging other women. I think this program is looking for an ambassador that isn't afraid to reach out to others, that is going to share every step of their journey and help women understand all that they can possibly achieve. If I could have any community project or charity in the world, it would be to teach children of the world how to swim. I have been a swim instructor for the past 10 years. I've worked for the YMCA, for city pools, for competitive swim teams, and I have worked hand in hand with many different children of all different backgrounds, ethnicities, and it is shocking to me how many children don't know the basic life-saving techniques of swimming. I think swimming is more than a sport. I think it is a life-saving skill. When drownings happen, it's when someone's walking along a pool and accidentally falls in, walking along the ocean and they don't know how to roll onto their back and save themselves. And I would like to share my knowledge and share my experience with children from all over. My favorite female pilot influencer is Luana Torres. She is a female helicopter pilot based out of Vancouver, Canada. And I love her content because she is a very positive, uplifting, active person. I like that she gives you an inside look at a day in the life of a female pilot. It's something that is relatable and motivational. I believe in surrounding yourself with positive people, and I think she's a great example of how we can use our profession to spread a positive influence on this world. This scholarship means everything to me. I think this scholarship means opening the doors to new possibilities, allowing women a chance to chase and pursue the future of their dreams. I have always been a very strong, independent person my whole life. I put myself through college. I worked 3 different jobs to do so. I moved by myself across the country to a completely new state to start a job as an international flight attendant. I pursued careers where I had to take on leadership positions such as training lifeguards, teaching CPR and first aid classes. And I've always been very proud of myself and very humbled by the fact that you have to work hard for things in this world. And I think this scholarship and Women in Flight specifically, where they're giving women a chance to pursue everything they've ever dreamed and giving them a little bit of financial freedom and allowing women such as myself who have worked very hard for everything they've earned to pursue their dreams and know that there's people behind them supporting them every step of the way. I already have a very strong following on my Instagram, my Facebook, and as well as my blog. Every day I'm already telling women, you can do everything you want to do, and I'm trying to inspire young women, the future women of the world. I think by being an ambassador for this program, I'm showing them through my actions that I have chased after everything I've looked for and that they can do the same. I think this is the perfect platform for fellow women to have someone to reach out to have someone to ask questions with, be relatable to, and motivate them every step of their own journey. Attached to it.
Lisa, Lisa, why do you want to be a pilot?
I fell in love.
I hope you got that.
What does the scholarship, give me the question again. We're going to start over? Okay.